Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and once again we're out here in the garage for I guess what's going to be a garage gun talk. And I got something on the table today that I got in the mail. In fact, actually I've had a couple of companies send stuff to me. Sometime in the near future I need to go to my FFL that I use for all of my transfers. He's a local fan and subscriber of the channel named Tony, and he received I guess what I'm going to say is a Beretta 92 clone from a company. Oh boy, what's it called? Is it Diria? Anyways, it's a Turkish company, and I guess they're kind of new on the market. And I mentioned them a while ago in one of my past videos because I said that I didn't feel like I could make a video with honesty because they wanted stipulations and things that I couldn't agree to. But eventually, after saying, I wish you guys the best of luck, sorry we can't do business at this time, they reached out and said, well, we've changed our mind. We want you to review the gun. They sent sent my FFL one. I need to go pick it up, and I can say anything I want about the gun. So I have to go do that. But also, I have a optics company send me some stuff, and this is from, I'm going to assume it's called Nutre. I hope it's not Nutrec. That would not be a good name, but Nutre Optics. And of course, they're made in China. But I have to say that I'm always impressed with the stuff that's coming out of China because I kind of feel like they're where American companies and European companies were 5 to 6 years ago as they reverse engineer stuff. And the Discovery scope that I use a lot in my reviews, I absolutely love it. It works great. So they sent this, and this was actually kind of a nightmare to get here to the channel because they contacted me about a week before Trump put in all the tariffs and stuff, and they shipped from China. So they were having a bunch of different issues. Like, I don't know, we might have to hold off on this, but they finally shipped it, and then they asked me, do you have the battery? Because I guess this has an illuminated reticle in it. I'm like, yeah, I got the battery. You don't have to ship it with that. Because there was a problem with international shipping with lithium-ion batteries, which I get. But they sent me, in fact, I'll kind of show you here, besides the scope, and we'll take a look at it. They sent me, I guess, a little keychain, like bottle openers. They sent me a hat. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret about me. My head is gigantic. Normally, I can't wear hats because they're too small. I have to order special hats from Amazon that are humongous. And they actually make them. They actually make oversized hats. So, I mean, my head is huge. So, I guess it's already kind of set to as large as it goes. So, let's see if this Nutrec hat will actually fit me. Nope. It's too small. That is, look at that. Yeah, look at that. That hat is all the way out. Look at that. That's it. Well, I mean, maybe I could get a little bit more in that, but yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's too small. That looks weird and goofy. Yeah, I can't even. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so yeah, I can't wear this. It's a nice thought for them to add to it. Or to add to the package, but yeah, my head is absolutely gigantic. The other thing they sent was a shirt. Now, they asked me for my shirt size. Now, I know some of you guys, and of course some people say, you're fat, you need to go work out, you shouldn't review guns, whatever. I have a dad bod. I have what I call the sexy, tactical Texas Gun Vault dad bod. And so I was assuming they were going to send a t-shirt. Now, when it comes to t-shirt sizes, I like my shirts to be larger because I wear the same shirts. Like this shirt I'm wearing right now, I probably bought 15 years ago at Walmart for $4. As long as it works, I don't get rid of it. And one of the reasons I use these gray shirts for all my videos is because it has no writing on it, so the camera doesn't try to focus in on the letters and the what the shirt says, which is, oh my god, that sucks. When I'm out here, I'm trying to show off a gun, and I'm trying to show the gun, and it's focusing on the shirt. But also, it's a neutral color that black guns will show up against it really well. You can see flat, dark earth guns and so forth. If I wear darker shirts, the gun silhouette gets lost in it. But anyway, I thought they were going to send a t-shirt, and I always ask for double extra large because it will shrink over time. But if I knew they were going to send a collared, I guess a polo shirt, I would have asked for just extra large. But let's see what this thing is. So this thing's probably going to be way too big for me, and I'm sure when they were packaging it in China, they're like, huh, big fat American. All right, so, I mean, it's a nice little shirt here. So there you go, but double X, I don't know. It says double X, but no, it actually might fit me. This is not a double X shirt. This thing feels like an American medium. So I'll have to try that one on it too. But anyway, that's the other stuff that they sent me. But let's take a look at the scope. It's called the Copper Tag. It's a 5 to 25 by 56 rifle scope. It says here, MRAD illuminated reticle, zero stop turrets, 34 millimeter tube, first focal plane. I hope they have rings included in this because I don't have any 34 millimeter rings. I don't think I do. I may have to go to the store and buy some, but if they're not in there. So here's what the reticle is supposed to look like, right there. And let's see here. Anything else? Field of view. I'll go over all of the different specs when I review it. Let's open this thing up. I got no idea what's in here. I mean, obviously a scope, but I don't know what else comes with it. So I have to figure out a way to review all this stuff. So we get of course, the instruction manual, a cloth. Come on, rings. No, I get an Allen wrench. I get a cap. I guess some type of tool. Darn it. I don't think I got rings. So here's this thing. What is this? Okay, so we have another, like a sunshade that goes to the end. I gotta be careful here because I want to look like I unbox it on camera. But of course, I always got to look at the stuff before I really do, so I know what to expect. Let's take a look at this guy. Actually, this thing feels pretty darn hefty. Yeah, so the glass is supposed to be etched. So here it is. I'm actually impressed with it. This thing is heavy. Doesn't mean it's going to be a great, but you'll want to see. So 5 to 25 times. Let's see. The reticle's pretty darn clear. Wow. All right. Well, we'll have to see. So anyway, I have this to review. I have to say that the Discovery Opt scope that I use a lot for my reviews when I'm testing other things, I really like. And this might be one of those that I really kind of fall in love with and like. So who knows? I kind of wanted to show you this. Sometimes these companies reach out and want to send me stuff. I always say that I'm undeserving of it because I'm just a small channel. But that is it. So I think this weekend I'm going to focus mainly on product reviews because I got an Olight flashlight. I got those pistol stands that I showed you yesterday, and I got this. So I'll probably start the beginning of this review this weekend. So I'll put everything back in here to make it look like when I open it for the first time on camera, it's the first time. So, yep. So now I want to talk to you guys about some project ideas, okay? Now, remember, I am still a year out on the videos that I have already made. So, in fact, right now, I am rendering and uploading a video on the Dead Air Sandman S suppressor that I recently reviewed. And that will be released over a year and 2 weeks into the future, because that's how many videos I have in the can. I guess pun intended, because it's a silencer, it's a can. but I'm always thinking about new stuff. And of course, I still have a ton of guns to review. I got Jack's guns. I got my next door neighbor's gun. I still got a ton of stuff. And I got to get this gun cleaned up. And I know D has some stuff for me to review as well. So it's not like I don't have other stuff to review. Okay. But I'm trying to think about other projects that I can make. And I wanted to run a couple by you to see if you think they're either silly or clickbaity, okay? So here are the two next project ideas. I want to do a top 5 gun series, okay? I know those are kind of popular. People like to, the top 5 this, top 5 this. So I think I want to start off with something that's a little bit more personal. I want to do the top 5 most overrated guns in my collection. Not overrated guns of all time, but like the top 5 overrated guns in my collection. And these would be guns that I think have a cult built up around them that after you put some, trigger time on them, you go, it's okay. Or the gun doesn't perform like you want to. Or maybe people's thoughts on the gun are nostalgic. But when you really shoot it, you're like, it's overrated. And I got some ideas for that. And then conversely, I want to do the most underrated guns of my collection. Because I really think the list that I would have for both would surprise people. When it comes to the overrated guns, I already know I'll piss some people off. And I have to make sure that people know that just because I say a gun is overrated, it doesn't mean that the gun is bad. Because I might love the gun, but I can fully admit that in the context of not local, what am I trying to say? Like the modern firearms industry, it might be antiquated or obsolete or what have you. So, what do you guys think about that? Would you want to see a series of top 5 videos from me? Or is that whole concept kind of played out? Okay, so those are the first 2 ideas I have. Top 5 overrated guns of my collection, and then top 5 underrated guns of my collection. And the reason I want to do my collection stuff is because I actually have the guns here. I don't want to do a series where I talk about guns that I don't physically have. Now, I might be able to do a top 5 series on like the best guns I have reviewed in the past year or what have you. I think people might like that and maybe do that as like an end of the year thing. So what would you think of that? So I'm thinking about doing a series of top 5 videos, but that might not be shown on the channel anytime soon because I have so many videos already made. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, but that's all I got for you tonight. I'm keeping my ear to the ground on all the political stuff. I know that there's a new assault weapons ban that's been introduced in Congress, but it's going to go nowhere. Not much is really going on in the courts. If there's something that you guys want me to talk about, tell me in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to look it up. That's one of the downsides to, I guess, having Donald Trump as president is that everything is pretty stable in the gun world. I mean, it's great for us, right? It's great for our Second Amendment rights. But for the most part, it doesn't give us a lot of content. And I've started to notice that even the channels that focus more on the gun politics and the gun legal stuff have kind of veered away where they're not necessarily talking about guns. Like I in no way am I saying anything bad about like Mark Smith or the Four Boxes Diner. But in the past, he had something gun-related every single day. And I've noticed that some of his videos as of late are, the Trump administration is going to do this. Like, it might be ancillary to guns, but it's not about guns specifically. It almost feels like some of these channels are starting to reach into the air, like trying to grab anything that might be kind of gun-related and talk about it because they have to make daily content. And I don't think that necessarily bodes well. So anyway, let me know if there's any things you want me to talk about. I was actually thinking about talking about the modern state of the NRA, in a post-Wayne LaPierre world, and how even since he is gone and they've instituted some reforms, the NRA is still inefficient and it's still ineffectual, because I think the damage that Wayne LaPierre and the board of directors did to the NRA essentially sealed its fate. And I think that it has taken such a hit that it might never recover. I mean, for example, I remember when I first got into firearms, NRA stuff was everywhere. You know, you'd go to a gun show, they'd have an NRA booth. You know, a lot of the gun tubers were talking about join the NRA. You know, they were sponsored by the NRA. And then you had all the stuff with the, for a while, they had all that NRA TV stuff with Coleon Noir and blah, blah, blah. And then we find out, of course, all of that was, you know, scandalous because of the money that was going to Wayne LaPierre's buddies and things. But they were everywhere. They were everywhere, fighting for your rights, and they were in the media all the time because they were the big bad boogeyman. Boogeymen and boogeyman. Wait, boogeyman? They were the big bad boogeymen. I guess it's plural. Anyway, but you don't hear about them anymore. Nobody talks about them. Nobody, either pro or con. Gun tubers don't talk about them. You don't see their advertisements. You don't get all their flyers and stuff anymore in the mail, or I don't anyway. I don't get the ads for them. So I think, and honestly, I think it's the board of directors' fault more than it is Wayne LaPierre's fault. When you had a bunch of people that were saying, not one more cent to the NRA until Wayne is gone, and the board of directors just kept voting for him to be the executive vice president, they are just as responsible as Wayne LaPierre is for running the organization into the ground. And I just cannot believe that people cling on to power like that. But anyway, that's what I was going to talk about. Don't want to get into it too much, but if you guys want me to hear me talk about that more, let me know. And if there's anything, once again, you want me to talk about, let me know. Because if you want me to opine on suppressors, the NRA, anything gun politics, gun related, let me know, and I'll be happy to make a video on it. You tell me. So anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, the word of the day is opine. Opine is the word of the day because I'm asking you, what should I opine on in the future here on the Texas Gun Vault 2? So as always, thank you for joining me here in the garage. I enjoy just our nightly chats and creating community here. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out on the main channel. Everybody that likes, subscribes, comments, it means a lot to me. And I feel undeserving of all of the attention that I get, especially when companies want to send me stuff for review, or you guys just say, hey, I really enjoy, you know, what you do. Thank you for putting out the information. It really brings a smile to my face and makes my day. So thank you if you guys do that. I know although I do know that I've reached the point on both of my channels that I get thumbs down all the time. Not like a lot. And it doesn't even bother me. I only go in there to like check it when I'm like happen to be up and I look at it. But like on these like silly little videos here in the garage, I used to always get 100% like, you know, because it's a small channel. But now I get the people that hate you or hate me. And so it means, I guess I'm doing something right because the channel's getting bigger. And I guess that is inevitable. And you're going to piss people off. And I don't try to, but I do. And there's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, thank you again for joining me here in the garage. Use the word of the day. I know you're a true vault dweller. And as always, thanks for watching.